Most people collapse when life goes wrong. They call it bad luck. They call it unfair. They call it failure. But that reaction is exactly why they stay weak. Because power doesn't come from avoiding failure. Power comes from deciding what failure means. The Stoics understood something brutal about reality, and they hid it behind a beautiful phrase, Amor Fati, love your fate. Not tolerate it, not accept it, use it. Because every setback, every humiliation, every loss is raw material, and raw material, in the right hands, becomes a weapon. Here's the mistake most people make. When something goes wrong, they resist it internally. They replay it, they resent it, they ask, why me? That internal resistance does more damage than the event itself. The Stoics saw this clearly. They knew that reality doesn't negotiate, it doesn't apologize, it doesn't explain. So instead of fighting reality, they absorbed it. Amor Fati means this: whatever happens, you don't waste energy wishing it didn't. You immediately ask, how does this strengthen my position? That single question separates strategists from victims. Think like a commander, not a civilian. When an operation fails, a commander doesn't panic, they extract intelligence. Failure exposes weak systems, false assumptions, hidden enemies, emotional blind spots. That's information most people never get because they quit before it reveals itself. Amor Fati turns failure into forced clarity. It strips illusions, it removes comfort, it sharpens perception, and perception is power. Weak minds see failure as a verdict. Strong minds see it as training pressure. Pressure does three things. It hardens discipline, it kills entitlement, it builds emotional immunity. This is why controlled suffering has always been part of elite training. You don't become dangerous by winning early. You become dangerous by surviving collapse without breaking identity. Amor Fati ensures that nothing happens without feeding your growth. No wasted pain, no meaningless loss. Here's where it becomes strategic. Once you truly adopt Amor Fati, something unsettling happens. You stop fearing outcomes. And when you stop fearing outcomes, you hesitate less. You speak more precisely. You act with calm certainty. People can sense this. They feel that setbacks don't shake you, that humiliation doesn't poison you, that losses don't weaken your frame. This creates psychological dominance, because the person who cannot be destabilized controls the emotional temperature of the room. Most people hide their mistakes. A strategist studies them. Every error answers questions like, where was I predictable? Where did emotion override logic? Where did I misjudge power dynamics? Amor Fati doesn't let you drown in regret. It forces post-mortem clarity, and clarity compounds. Each failure makes the next move cleaner, sharper, colder. Eventually, people wonder why you don't repeat mistakes. The truth is, you paid attention when they didn't. Amor Fati isn't optimism, it's ownership. It says, if this happened, then it belongs to me, and if it belongs to me, I will use it. Nothing humiliates you unless you label it humiliation. Nothing defeats you unless you surrender meaning. When you love your fate loses its ability to control you, and that is the highest form of psychological mastery. If you want to be powerful, stop asking life to be gentle. Ask it to be useful. Because the person who turns every failure into fuel eventually becomes untouchable.